All right, we got him, guys, and he had them resources. That dude that they refreshed the green bubble on in the last video. I was on the enemy server, killing a bunch of their bosses. I took a look over at him. Now I didn't have my mirror to mirror preset marks loaded, so it took me 10 hits to steal all his resources. But I stole them all. Look at these resources. Look at them. Are they beautiful? They're beautiful resources. Beautiful resources. Now, these guys had green bubbled this guy like 3 times. One of the times they refreshed the green bubble. They refreshed the green bubble. Now, see this hit and this hit, the location changes. So his location changed on just like the 6th, 7th, no, 7th, yeah, because it took me 10 hits to take all his resources. So his location changed. I was like, oh shit. So I was like, I hope he has a name I can type to search warrant and arrest warrant. So he did, and I had never scouted him, so I didn't know. I only scouted him to see when the green bubble would expire, right? So and I hadn't kept track of it because they green bubbled him like 3 or 4 times. So I just happened to look, and he was unbubbled. Well, after this, I swapped to a mirror to mirror, and I put on a 200% mark size after I used the arrest warrant, and I got the rest of them resources. Unfortunately, it was only one more hit. It was only one more hit after he teleported, but you know, you send it a mirror to mirror, woo, he just takes all of them resources. He just takes the rest of them. He just finishes the job. I got my mirror to mirror leveled up to level 44 off of Subcity in Battle Constantinople last night. But yeah, this guy. A lot of times they don't give you food. This guy gave me a bunch of food. I had to use it. I used it leveling up some of my resource producing tiles, although they're a horrible rate of return. I just had to use that food before my troops would use it. I didn't want to build any more ground troops right now and increase my power too much. But I used it for upgrading lumber producers because they don't use lumber. And the very next thing I'm doing is the level 40 archer camp, and then I want to make 5 million T15 archers. So you need 120 billion of whatever the main resource type is. I need 120 billion wood for the 5 million archers, but then I need another like close to 70 billion for the building. So I need like 190. 90. So I need like 40 more. What are you doing? I need 40 billion more wood, but I'm not doing the upgrade till like three events from now. So I'll definitely have it by then. But I'm saving up that wood, so I did the lumber producing tiles because they don't use wood to upgrade them. It's kind of dumb. I should have done something else. I should have done like maybe my hospital or holy palace or something else more useful. The rate of return on your lumber on your producing tiles once they reach the high 30s is really bad. I actually upgraded 2 of them to 40, which is terrible. It's a really bad idea to go past 39, go past 38, 39. It's gonna take it's gonna take me a couple years to get back the resources that was spent, but I just plundered them all, so it's not a problem. Um, But yeah, I got that dude. Feels good. He was only K31, like 90 million power, but he was green bubbled. I mean, he was green bubbled for a reason. Was my thought, and sure enough, because he had them resources. In my alliance, what I do, what I've started to do, I've done it 3 times so far. I almost had to do it a fourth time this last SBS. But what I do, I mean, I first try to get in touch with a member. But if it's someone that has like, normally they're pretty active or they have been very active in the past and they have a significant number of resources to steal, I don't care so much about them having, troops that can get killed by the enemy and the enemy can get points. I care more about the enemy server stealing our resources and taking resources either out of my alliance or off of our server. So if our guys have a significant amount of resources, like billions of resources, what I'll do if they don't respond is I'll kick them out of the alliance so I can attack them. As soon as the SBS war starts, I'll steal all their resources and I'll send them a message and say, hey, now I want to do it right after the war starts so their troops, the troops will fill up their hospital. And after their hospital's filled, the rest of them will go to sources of life, and that's preferable as opposed to getting them back with resources or sending them to the Holy Palace where they lose a percentage of them, right? So I wait until the SBS war starts. I zero them. I take all their resources. I've done this 3 times. 2 of the guys come back. I send them an email. I say, hey, whenever you're back from being AFK, rejoin the alliance and I'll transfer you back your resources minus the transfer cost. You lose like 10% of the resources transferred. So, if I steal 4 billion of ore back for them, they'll get back 3.6 billion ore. So I've done that 3 times. I almost had to do it a fourth time this SBS because one of our guys had exactly that. He had 4 billion plunderable ore. So I think that's the most intelligent way to do it. Have someone take the resources, I can give it back to them, and then the smart thing would be to do is rejoin the alliance, get your resources back. The dumb thing to do is think, oh, I got kicked out of the alliance, and I lost my alliance honor or whatever it is. But if they AFK for weeks and they ain't even playing, why do they care about that? Resources what's matter, trying to build. Anyways, that's one thing you can do to maintain the resources in your alliance on your server, protected from I would recommend that, if a server does a purge where other alliances are hitting other alliances, stealing all their shit, I'd recommend to you convert to having it be in-house. Every alliance their own, purges their own members, steals their own resources, keeps those resources in the alliance. The guy rejoins the alliance and transfer it back to him. That's the most legitimate way to do it. That's the way I started doing it. Well, I started doing it this way, a few months ago. There's just, it's not too often that you actually have to do that. So it's only happened. I only did it like 3 times. Actually, I haven't done it for a couple of months. So those 3 times, the 3 times that it happened was there's actually 3 guys doing the exact same SBS. Or yeah, I think it was all 3 of them during the exact same SBS when I started doing it, and so it didn't happen again until like 2 months later. But luckily, the guy bubbled up. It was coming down to like the last hour before SBS. You look in if you look in your alliance members, you can see the last time they were online. They hadn't been online for like 3 days. And the dude, honestly, the guy's only been online like 5 times in the last like 60 days. Anyways, I sent him an email, and shortly after that, he bubbled up. So that's good. Didn't have to lose any resources. Um, but yeah, I got them resources. I'm getting them resources one way or another. I sure as heck ain't losing them. Look how many plunderable resources I got in my resource bar. I ain't scared. I am bubbled right now. I'm a little scared. I just put on a truth agreement. I'm a little scared. But that's what's up, guys. I got them resources, yo. That green bubble, I had to wait for it to expire 3 or 4 times, but finally it did. After I was sick of looking at it anymore, I just happened to look over there, and they were on bubble. I was like, oh shit, maybe they got something for me, and they did. Good on them.